Yo, what's going on? It's your boy Tony Montana, and in this video, we're going to be going over all of the patch notes that College Football 25 has dropped. They dropped one of the biggest patches maybe ever for an EA game. For an EA sports game, football being the specific here, but it's probably one of the greatest patches they have ever dropped. Now, before I get into it, if you guys are new to the channel, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment down below, hit that noti bell so you guys never miss an upload. And yeah, FTA. You guys already know the vibes. So, patch notes. This is one of the biggest patches that I've seen for Madden, and we are going to be going over every little gameplay tip and tricks and all that stuff and I'll dive into it a little bit deeper as to what is going on when it comes to this. So, College Football 25 title update August 25th, 2024. Of course, I am a gameplay guy, so I will be mainly focusing on all the gameplay notes, plus a lot of the notes that a lot of the people online have been mentioning, especially a couple things that are specific to how annoying college football played. Let's just say this. If you're a quote unquote not a good player, and you abuse all of the bad things in this game without being able to do some of the things that are good, this patch was not for you. If you're a Wildcat fan, this patch is not for you. This patch has nerfed your offense, especially if you guys were a Judkins Wildcat kind of guy. So let's dive into it. We got gameplay. We got including 8 new shotgun formations, which is huge. I love the fact that they're already adding new plays to the teams in this play. So that's amazing. That's actually very, very big. We got bunch quads open, deuce twins over, slot F wing, split pro far, split pro near, tight Y off flex, wing halfback, weak close, wing slot over. That is amazing that during the first patch, they're already dropping new formations and things into playbooks that we can already utilize and use. By the way, if you guys want to check this out for yourself without needing me to spell out every single word for you guys, I will leave a link to the patch notes down in the description below so you guys can check them out for yourself. So, tuning and logic enhancements to pursuit angles. This is one of the biggest ones right here. Pursuit angles are somewhat fixed or somewhat a little bit better. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but sometimes when you're running in the open field, the defender will chase you from behind. And that's a little too Diddy like for me. I didn't really like that, how even if they were looking at you like face to face and they're like chasing at you from an angle, if your guy's speed was too fast, he'd end up chasing him from behind. Like he would get not an animation, but the way that his trajectory would go, instead of chasing you at an angle to where you're going to be or where it looks like you're going, they would chase you from behind. And this has been fixed, which is one of the biggest ones in the game. And that's why I'm taking a little bit more time to actually talk about it. We will monitor feedback on how this change impacts gameplay, blah, 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 blah. Just in case if people get too frustrated with the pursuit angles and not scoring too much, I guarantee you they will go back down to a slightly worse pursuit angle for college football players. Now we got reduced frequency of broken tackles. Amazing. Another one that has been huge. It's been very, very frustrating to just break nonstop tackles. Granted, if you're on the offensive side, you probably enjoy that. But if you're on the defensive side, it's very, very frustrating. Then we got fixed various broken play bugs. This is still in the game. There's still a bunch of bugs that keep happening in the game, whether it be like broken plays in general, like triple ags and things of that nature. But again, the fact that they have touched base on most of the community's complaints, this is a W patch in my opinion. Fix an issue where certain formations had offensive players aligned too wide when on the near or far hash. This was a huge issue. In one of the formations specifically that I run, which is the pistol empty, the guy would end up having the outside wide receiver hot routes, and then sometimes he'd end up having like the slot routes, which is very, very annoying, and I'm glad that they touch base on that as well. Fix an issue where single back formations would be assigned the wrong name when creating a custom playbook. I never dived into that, but of course, if you guys have, that's something that you guys would probably be appreciative of them fixing. Fixed an issue where spiking the ball in online modes was not working as part of the turbo tempo system. I don't really utilize that system that much, but I'm sure that's a good patch fix as well. Fix an issue so a speed option running back will follow the QB longer. Whew, that one was big. A lot of the times, if you ran an option, the running back would kind of default and just like stay behind the line as a blocker instead of chasing the quarterback so you can pitch it to him. It's a very frustrating thing if options are part of your offense, and I'm glad that they touch base on that as well. Adjusted AI QB behavior on shot plays to make more lob throws versus bullet passes. Adjusted AI QB behavior to be less aggressive based on awareness rating, and adjusted AI offensive line behavior resulting in less illegal man downfield penalties during RPO style plays. That's a buff. That's a buff to the gimmicky bubblegum play style. It works very, very well in college football, but in Madden, it's something that doesn't work too well. But it's a good enough patch note to include in this. So for best chance at success, make sure you press the icon of which receiver you want to throw the ball before the running back receives the ball. So that is, again, RPO adjusting, which is actually huge because RPOs are a massive part of this game nowadays. Adjusted the DB's ability to more effectively shed blocks on the perimeter, huge. Increase the speed penalty for running out of stamina during play, absolutely huge. This is everything in this patch so far has been amazing to read because of because of the spin moves and the juke moves and stuff like that. You got players that are spinning 4 times a play and not losing any kind of stamina up until they get to the 10-yard mark, which that's just not, there's nothing realistic about that. There's nothing that draws that line between like realistic and video games where it makes it so, oh, like this is a good part of the game. They're juking 8 times and then still being able to sprint past everybody to the end zone. That's very frustrating if you're a defensive player. So fix an exploit where, oh, wait a minute, increase the speed penalty. QB scrambles behind the line of scrimmage will lose stamina at a faster rate. So again, they're nerfing a lot of the offensive cheese that happens. Fix an exploit where players would leave a QB contained player unblocked and run around them. Contains are fixed, by the way. We will make further improvements to QB contain in a future title update. Currently, right now, contains seem very, very solid. So I can't complain about contains. We got increased the reward players receive for shading inside or outside correctly in man coverage. This huge, if it works, of course. Then we got adjusted false start chances when you make pre-play adjustment late in the play clock, which I like. I kind of like the false starts if you're sitting there making too many adjustments, because again, it just creates an unrealistic style of play. Then you got fixed an issue where run fit defenders were not responding as effectively to wildcat run plays. Like I said, wildcat runners. GG's, rest in peace, Bozo. We smoking on that Wildcat pack. Made an adjustment to the Wildcat unbalance. Again, rest in peace, Bozos. Can't stand y'all. Reduce the effectiveness of multiple laterals in a single play. Don't really notice too many people lateraling, if that's even a word. I don't even know, but hey, it's a word for me today. I don't see too many people doing multiple laterals in one play, to be honest. So again, they're taking every single thing that we complain about and they've touched base on it, and I absolutely love it. So we got reduced the effectiveness of multiple laterals, blah, 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 adjusted the threshold required to receive the most effective juke and spin moves. I wonder if they raised this or lowered this, because 85 is currently the threshold for most people. So if your spin moves are at 85 and you can't juke and spin properly, this is probably one of the reasons. Adjusted press animations to be more of an effective counter to the takeoff ability. Okay. Updated pass protection mechanic to only include the running back in the protection if they are already on a block. Oh, that's huge too. But I kind of like doing my blocking assignments and putting the running back into, like, it puts the running back into a block. It just saves me the extra step. But this right here also doubles in with the false start chances. So I'm sure that with the blocking of the running back, it's going to help out with the extra hot route adjustments that we are trying to make. Then we got ability updates. Updated the coloring of platinum tier abilities to further distinct the look versus silver. This is actually kind of big because a lot of people were confusing silver abilities with platinum, and platinum abilities are absolutely god tier in this game. So you don't want to get confused with silver abilities. Rebalance the gold and platinum tiers of juke and spin abilities, which is Judkins, Wildcat, rest in peace, Bozo. GG's, you're done. You're donezo. You're done. We're not dealing with this for the remainder of college football. Then you got rebalance the platinum tier of the extender ability, which includes not firing on QB designed run plays. again, anything that is being tuned towards these OP abilities are a plus, and we should all be very, very happy for them. And then we got to slightly rebalance the effectiveness of gold and platinum tiers of the quick jump ability. Additionally, we made adjustments to the tier levels found on the Texas front seven. So the Texas front seven, there is a bunch of players on that Texas team, and I believe it's the Tennessee team that have quick jump. The Tennessee team has like 7 quick jumps on their team, which makes that team almost one of the best if you're looking for some solid defense that you're blitzing out of. And that is it for all the gameplay stuff. Again, I will leave a link to this in the description, but I do want to touch base on the actual gameplay, because there's a couple things that I'd like to mention if you guys are looking at the gameplay. So one of the main things in this patch is contains were kind of tuned in a very, very good way, in my opinion. If I roll out in the pocket, this guy's going to disengage. Granted, obviously I have mill roll right now, so my pocket presence is godlike, so you're able to run around and do your thing. But if you don't contain, you see how, you know, we have nothing but space and opportunity to make something happen, and then touchdowns get scored. That is a huge one. Okay, now contains being patched are huge. They've never gotten them right, and if they can get them right in the college football game, that means that there's hopeful for the Madden game to come out as well and do the same thing. Another thing, hard flats. I am hearing around the community that hard flats actually work right now, which is that's amazing and actually huge. So I'm actually going to throw this to triangle here, and the flat played that right there exactly where it was supposed to be. Obviously it's a positional thing, just like every single zone in any football, but apparently hard flats work. Look, like he's literally playing it perfectly. That's like, without jumping the route, he's playing his hard flat almost perfect, and that you can't ask for anything better than that. And then there's one more thing that wasn't really touched on in the notes that I just read, and that is 4361. The crash down blitz no longer works the same way, and you no longer get that kind of that quick immediate A gaps that people were getting. And I believe it's because of the quick jump ability. The 4361 blitz only worked if you had the quick jump ability. If you didn't have the quick jump ability, you're pretty much just sending 4 people crashing down, and when you crash down and you don't contain, especially if you have a mobile quarterback, you're going to be able to pretty much run all the way around, all out in the pocket. Hopefully you have a faster QB than their defensive lineman, and then that's going to end up being the result. A lot of these patch notes were amazing, so shout out to EA for posting them. And if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much, and thank you. My name is Tony Montana. Hopefully you guys appreciate this update on College Football 25. I will see you guys in the next video, man. As always, 2 fingers, deuces, and peace out, you guys.